Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Unity of Reading message. Today is November 22nd. The daily word is forgive. In the peace of prayer, I release all unforgiveness. If I hold on to feelings of hurt, betrayal, or anger in response to another person's words or actions, I block the flow of divine love and peace in my life. Likewise, holding on to guilt, shame, or embarrassment that may arise when I have hurt another person also keep me from experiencing divine love and peace. Forgiveness removes all barriers, all obstacles, anything that may be disrupting my experience of divine presence. In order to forgive myself or another person, I need not justify or approve behavior that is unwelcome. I need only to become willing to forgive. In the peace of prayer, I release all unforgiveness. I feel the healing power of divine love as it dissolves all barriers, all illusion of separation. I forgive and I am healed. And from Matthew 6:12, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. So with the holiday season upon us, I would like to take some time to look at some things that are so prevalent to this season. This is a season of get-togethers, of love, of giving, starting with Thanksgiving only a few days away, a holiday set apart for giving thanks for all the blessings of our life. Then comes Christmas and Hanukkah, time for giving gifts. I want to take some time and look at another way of giving, and probably the most important, which is giving way to life. We have grown up in a society where we are all trained in getting. We are told we need to get good grades, get good college, get a good education or training in some skilled trade. Then we need to get a job, get married, get a good retirement fund. Interesting, when we remember Jesus and all the great masters taught us, life is lived from within out, yet we continue focusing on getting from the outside. Jesus taught us, as you give, you shall receive. The problem is when we hear that, we think about giving money or material items. We forget that life is a giving process. We live in an energy universe, and life is consciousness. We strive to get, but forget we only get what we give from within and then allow and let flow into our lives. Giving way to life is not a struggle to get things from the outside, but getting out of our own way, giving way to the divine creative spirit within each and every one of us, and allowing life to flow through us. Giving way is restoring our divine connection. Let's look at some things we can do to give way to life. First of all, since Thanksgiving is the holiday which we will celebrate in a few days, I hope by now we all realize that Thanksgiving should not be limited to one day, but should be a way of life. To live in the flow of life, we need to live with an attitude of gratitude. The Bible says, in all things give thanks. Does not say for all things, but in all things. With an attitude of gratitude, even in the worst times, we can be grateful. Grateful for life itself, grateful for the potential with which we are born, grateful for our memories and a time together with someone that we may have lost, and grateful for the lessons learned and the growth we have obtained through certain crises. We need to realize the attitude is not the act of giving thanks, but is a state of consciousness. Another word for gratitude is appreciate. I like to think about the word appreciate as it has more than the meaning of grateful or thankful. Another definition of appreciate is to increase in value. When we appreciate anything in life, it increases in value to us. As something increases in value, it expands, and we experience more of what we appreciate. We can show appreciation through many avenues, so an attitude of gratitude is not just saying the words, thank you, but it is to express love towards something or someone, to see the beauty in the world, to see the good in all things, to realize and express the potential in yourself, to have faith, to come to the realization of how blessed we are to be alive. Living in an attitude of gratitude and appreciation is to realize the Christ nature inside yourself and see the world through those lenses. It is seeing life from the higher perspective, getting the mountaintop view. I do like seeing science researching aspects of spirituality, therefore showing evidence for the positive impact of spiritual practices, such as gratitude. There have been many, many studies on the benefits of exhibiting an attitude of gratitude. Research has shown that, although it's nice to count your blessings on Thanksgiving, being thankful throughout the year could have tremendous benefits on your quality of life. In fact, gratitude may be one of the most overlooked tools that we all have to access to everyday life. Cultivating gratitude doesn't cost any money, and it certainly doesn't take much time, but the benefits are enormous. These are just a few of the benefits that evidence-based research have concluded. Having the attitude of gratitude can make us happier. A study from 2005 concluded simply journaling for 5 minutes a day about what we are grateful for can enhance our long-term happiness by over 10%. It turns out that noticing what we already have can make us feel more positive about our lives, which makes us a simple sort of sense. Those who pay attention to what is good in their life instead of what is bad are more likely to feel positive about their life. Gratitude improves overall psychological health. Gratitude reduces a multitude of toxic emotions, ranging from envy and resentment to frustration and regret. Robert Emmons, PhD, a leading gratitude researcher, has concluded multiple studies on the link between gratitude and well-being. His research confirms that gratitude effectively increases happiness and reduces depression. Gratitude improves physical health. Grateful people experience fewer aches and pains, and they report feeling healthier than other people, according to a 2012 study. Not surprisingly, grateful people are also more likely to take care of their health. They exercise more often and are more likely to attend regular checkups with their doctors, which is likely to contribute to further longevity. Gratitude improves self-esteem. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology found that gratitude increased athletes' self-esteem, which is an essential component to optimal performance. Other studies have shown that gratitude reduces social comparisons. Rather than becoming resentful toward people who have more money or better jobs, which is a major factor in reducing self-esteem, grateful people are able to appreciate other people's accomplishments. Gratitude makes us more optimistic and increases mental health. For years, research has shown that gratitude not only reduces stress, but it may play a major role in overcoming trauma. A 2006 study published in Behavioral Research and Therapy found that Vietnam veterans with higher levels of gratitude experienced lower rates of post-traumatic stress disorder. A 2003 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that gratitude was a major contributor to resilience following the terrorist attacks on September 11th. Recognizing all that we have to be grateful for, even during the worst of our times, fosters resilience. Gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. Grateful people are more likely to behave in a pro-social manner, even when others behave less kind, according to a 2012 study by the University of Kentucky. Study participants who ranked higher on gratitude scales were less likely to retaliate against others, even when given negative feedback. They experienced more sensitivity and empathy towards other people and a decreased desire to seek revenge. There are many, many, many more researched benefits of gratitude than I have just mentioned here today. I think we can all picture someone in our life who is happy, seems to have all the comforts and exhibits an attitude of gratitude. A person such as this states, "I have so much to be grateful for." Many might say, "Yeah, it's easy to be grateful when you have that type of life you are living." But I want you to really, really contemplate this point. Does that person express gratitude because of the blessed life, or did they acquire a blessed life because of their attitude of gratitude? We have to truly realize that thankfulness, appreciation, and gratitude is not a reactionary action. It is a causative action. As we give, we receive. As we express gratitude, we receive those things to be grateful for. It is being grateful first from the consciousness of our oneness with the universe. So gratitude is a state of consciousness, no matter what material things we have or what is happening around us. We can be grateful first, before we have anything visible to be grateful for. Reverend Felicia Blanco Searcy, a Unity minister, wrote this: "One lesson that Jesus gives over and over again is on the power of gratitude as a prayer. So often we think of gratitude as an effect. We say thank you after the fact. But when you read the stories of Jesus, particularly the stories of the miracles, we find him giving thanks to the Father in advance of his request. When Jesus talks about the Father, he is not talking about some man in the sky who grants or denies our wishes. He is talking about the creative principle from which everything springs. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of the Unity Movement, says, "Divine principle is fundamental truth. God as principle is the unchanging life, love, intelligence, and substance of being. It is the underlying plan by which God, the Father or universe, moves in expressing himself." So when Jesus gives thanks in advance, he affirms the fundamental truth that God as source is infinitely present. He claims in that moment that we are created from the field of this universal energy, thereby provided with everything we need to live life freely and abundantly. Jesus understood that a continual consciousness of gratitude cultivates our field of awareness of God's good and our ability to lay claim to it. Jesus gave thanks because he knew himself as God's beloved expression of life, love, and creative expression. This was his instruction to us. He taught us to pray a constant prayer of gratitude in order that we, too, will grow in the awareness of God's good everywhere present. As gratitude becomes our living prayer, we train our eyes to see and our ears to hear only God, only good. The more we focus on the presence of God, the more we expand the experience of God through and all around us. It all begins with a simple thank you. I love the writings of Eric Butterworth, a Unity minister, teacher, and author. He writes, "We're not celebrating Thanksgiving Day today. It comes Thursday. We're celebrating the underlying principle, the attitude of gratitude." Psalm 100 says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord." Can you catch the vitality of these words, suggesting that Thanksgiving should not be observed superficially, but with enthusiasm and vitality? How often, I wonder, will it reflect a true attitude of gratitude, which is the heart really thankful? Or are the words simply mouthed to cover a heart that is worryful, lackful, fearful, careful? It makes no difference to God whether you pray, worship, or express thanks to him or not. It makes no difference to God whether you pray or not, or give thanks or not. The reverence, the prayer, the worship is not for God. It's for you. It's for me, helping us to get into an awareness of the allness of God, which is always present. Thanksgiving is an important state of your consciousness. It keeps you in the awareness, the oneness of divine flow, some part that is yet insight. This brings us to the heart of the inner meaning of Thanksgiving. We say often, you are a spiritual being. What does that mean, you're a spiritual being? It means that life is lived from within out, that your true life is an inner degree of essence. It is the divine fountain within which must be ready to flow freely. Health and well-being are fruits of keeping in the flow. This has become probably the most important insight of truth to me. Wherever you are, whatever your need, God is within you. The whole universe stands behind you to a degree equal to the full extent of your needs. All the power of heaven and earth are working on your side, on the side of healing, on the side of overcoming. In other words, Thanksgiving is not just a reactionary emotion. Something happens and I give thanks for it. Something that you feel when good things happen to you. Thanksgiving is a causative energy, an energy that listens to the highest level of consciousness, enabling us to experience the highest quality of life, is the idea of Thanksgiving. A person may say, I have so much I'm grateful for, but it may be that you have so much to be grateful for because you're grateful. Gratitude is a level of consciousness that opens the way to the divine flow and attracts new good things. How can I say I don't have anything to be grateful for? It's irreverent. You always have something to give thanks from. You always have something to give thanks from. If you give thanks from a higher perspective, tune into your awareness of the universe, then you will attract the things to give thanks for. Thanksgiving reminds us not just that we have to give thanks for what we have to give thanks for, but to give thanks from. This puts a whole new meaning on Thanksgiving. In the old days, we used to sit back and count our blessings. Think of the things that we have had to be thankful for. Think of the good relationships and money and people and the jobs and so forth. The hard thing is to give thanks from. I mean, there are very, very great degrees in the levels of states or stations in life, a seemingly great variation for reasons for thankfulness, and some may say, and perhaps with good reason, that they have nothing to give thanks for. But always we have much to give thanks from, because you're a spiritual being. You're the whole universe expressing itself as you. You have the whole universe in your support. Never forget and lose sight of this consciousness. You may grovel in the dirt, always that divine flow is within us. We always have that to give thanks from. Our spiritual ground, foundation principles of truth. When you really get the truth into your consciousness, you never face an experience in your life where you feel there is nothing that you can do, nowhere to go. You can always go within. Never have a time when you feel there's nothing to give thanks for, because you know you can always give thanks from the consciousness of your spiritual nature. Some people do great things and have much in a way of health and possessions, seemingly have important reasons for thanksgiving. But no matter what you know you have, you can always rejoice in what others have. Celebrate the flow. It takes a very perceptive person to realize this, but try to get it into your consciousness. When you really get the attitude of gratitude, you see the consciousness that enables you to see abundance wherever it is and celebrate it. You can do nothing more than walking down Fifth Avenue and looking in the windows, not enviously looking at the things, but celebrating their beauty. Go down to the art gallery and celebrate the creativity that flowed through the artist. Celebrate the good that's around you. Some marvelous insight into Thanksgiving of positive power. Not just a reactionary emotion, but a causative energy. Thanksgiving that causes things to happen. You can get the view from the top. You can appreciate great things and be grateful that you can. You can celebrate the abundance that is everywhere, no matter whose life it may appear in. Think about this. What would an art museum be without art buffs? What would a symphony orchestra be without music lovers? We can't all paint or sew or compose or sing or play, but we can celebrate the creative works wherever they spring forth. Maybe appreciation is the greatest kind of creativity. Maybe affluence is not just a free flow of substance into your life, but the ability to celebrate all the substance in the universe. So you might ask, what about those who are going through hard times and truly feel they have nothing to be thankful for? Perhaps you may feel this way yourself. Often we pray that God will take the situation away. We see it as a mistake or a result of our faulty thinking. When we shift into gratitude, we shift our perception and make room for the possibility that the darkness may contain the very light that we are looking for. If we face the darkness with gratitude, our eyes adjust and we notice things that were hidden in the light. We discover nuances about ourselves, our strengths and abilities that were concealed before, because the darkness requires us to slow down and be more intentional. We discover what is important. We pare down to the absolute necessities and come to discover that we have more than enough. We discover that what true contentment is and what we really value. And we discover a depth of life and a presence of God that we never knew before. An attitude of gratitude is a powerful enhancer of good in every area, including our consciousness, increasing our consciousness of the constant flow of prosperity. It is our consciousness that goes before us, beaming from our grateful heart that establish our lives in a steady stream of plenty. As Jesus said, as you give, you receive. As you give gratitude, you receive those things to be grateful for. As Eric Butterworth quoted, your thanksgiving is more than a response to what is happening around you or to you. It is a celebration of truth, which becomes a causal assurance of a continuity of blessings leading to prosperity for you. Give thanks for abundance. As Plato says, a grateful heart is a great heart. It attracts to itself great things. A grateful heart attracts great things. So the spirit of thanksgiving is the consciousness of joy and celebration that opens the way to the flow. It is a path of giving way to life, the most important giving that we can do. We can, as Jesus taught, give thanks as a facilitator for our good rather than just as a response. In other words, what catches our attention catches us. If we focus on those things that bring light into the world, then we will experience more light, and vice versa. If we focus on darkness, then we will get more of the same. Thanksgiving is the perfect time to look at how we can create a stronger connection to abundance and good fortune by being grateful. Again, an important piece to remember and understand about feelings of gratitude is that being grateful is not a reactionary emotion. It is a causative energy, and it is consciousness. When you partner with the energy of gratitude, you manifest more good to occur in your life. So our work is not to get anything in life, but to give way to the flow of life, to remove those blocks which keep us apart from our oneness with God, that universal energy in and all through things, including ourselves. One way of giving way to life is cultivating the attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is a choice we can make at any point along the way. It is a decision to dissipate the darkness with your light and to live life fully and completely in all circumstances. Join me as together we choose the power of gratitude and give thanks in everything. As Meister Eckhart once said, if the only prayer you ever say in your whole life is thank you, it will be enough. And so it is. I like to take these thoughts into meditation, so I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. If you're sitting, if you're lying, get comfortable in your seat. When you're ready, you can close your eyes and go within that place where you connect to your oneness, that place of divinity that already resides within yourself, as it resides within all people, all things. As you take a deep breath in, appreciate the abundance of air. Celebrate life as you feel that air move through your nostrils into your lungs. Celebrate the action of your body. Give gratitude for your lungs dissipating that oxygen into the blood, for the blood flowing through your veins and arteries, nourishing each organ, nourishing each cell, giving life to your physical body. Celebrate life. Appreciate this life. Feel the gratitude for being here, for being created in the image of God with all the potential and the possibility that God can offer. As you exhale, feel your body relax more deeply into the Spirit of God. As you exhale, see all those blocks removed. Feel grateful for this time of oneness, this time with connecting who you are. As you breathe in, breathing in celebration of the abundance of air. You can bring to mind all those things that you're grateful for. For sometimes we need to think about things that we have to be grateful for to establish our consciousness of gratitude. And once we realize all that we have, we know how blessed we are. And with that feeling of being blessed, we give thanks from our blessings, from our inner being. And we hold on to that gratitude through life. knowing that it was our gratitude first, it was our joy, it was our celebration, it was our love that brought all these things into our life. You can think of particular people in your life that you are grateful for. Your family, your friends, those people who have lifted you up when you were down, your teachers, your mentors, those that renewed your confidence, that renewed your strength, those that reminded you that you are a creative, awesome being. Know that you have attracted those people into your life through your own love, your own gratitude. And as you express gratitude, you will attract more into your life. For gratitude is not a reactionary emotion, it is a causative energy. Bring to mind something that moves you, that you celebrate, something that brings you joy, such as music, a piece of art. Give gratitude to the author, the artist, the musician who composed it. Give gratitude for the creative flow within them. And as you give gratitude for the creative flow within them, you ignite the creative flow within yourself. Give gratitude for life itself. Give gratitude for the opportunity of living in this country. Focus on the good. For yes, there is darkness, but there's also good. And as we focus on the good and celebrate the good, we cause more good to come into our lives and into the lives of all those around us. Know that just as abundance, there is an abundance of air for you at every minute to breathe in. There's abundance in life for you to have. Give way to life. Give way to this creative flow. Give way to the Spirit of God. Give way to universal intelligence, universal wisdom. Give way through the attitude of gratitude to experience more blessings in your life. Know that there is always something to be grateful for. There's always an abundance of air. There's an abundance of sunshine. There's an abundance of water. There is an abundance of love, of joy, of creativity. Bring to mind someone who you see as having an abundance and celebrate their abundance. Be grateful to them for showing you that all things are possible, for showing you what you can experience in your life. For as you ignite this causative energy of gratitude, you will see those blessings flow to you also. Look at what others have with joy, with celebration. with knowing that that is just showing you what you can develop in your life. Once you give way to life, give way to the flow of the divine. As we move towards Thanksgiving, know that this is not just one day, but a way of life. Make a commitment to cultivate the attitude of gratitude by seeing the good and celebrating the good in everything, by celebrating the abundance everywhere we see it, whether we have it or not. By showing appreciation of the beauty of life. Feel those feelings of gratitude, of joy, of love within your heart, within your soul right now. Always know you can close your eyes and feel this abundance and feel this joy. You can bring that out into the world with the consciousness as you use gratitude as a causative energy. Today and every day, celebrate life. Celebrate potential, possibility. Celebrate yourself. For you are an incredible, awesome, creative spiritual being. And so it is. You may sit a little longer with these feelings of gratitude. And when you're ready, you can take a deep breath. Again, feeling the gratitude for the abundance of air. Celebrate your body, celebrate life, and return to the present moment, knowing that you have just given way to life. You have put out an incredible causative energy. Allow the blessings to flow. And so it is.